Welcome to the English Project, the channel where we think in English and speak English. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing. Today we're going to study prepositions and we are going to be specific because we're going to talk about them only referring to time expressions. And then we are going to talk about them referring to places. So that's the first thing that you're going to learn about prepositions. You can use them to talk about time or to talk about place. But before we continue, if you're still having trouble beginning your conversations, I'm going to leave you a video right here so that you can go and watch it. It's a video about conversation starters so that you solve that problem right away. And now, on to the topic, prepositions. How can I, a non-native speaker, learn so many prepositions? Is that even possible? Well, yes it is, of course it is possible, and I am here to point you in the right direction. But what does it matter to learn how to use prepositions? Well, it does, because if you don't have good use of your prepositions, the native speaker that you're gonna find in your future will probably not understand you. Or, if you don't have good use of your prepositions, maybe you're not going to obtain that certification that you're trying for, be it A2, B1, B2, whatever. And that's what I'm here for. We are going to focus today on three prepositions: in, on, and at. And all of the time when I refer to these prepositions, it's going to be like that, in that order: in, on, and at. Basically, the general rule is this: in is used in a very general way. The sense of in is very general. On is not so general, it's a little bit more specific, but not so specific. At is super specific, is the most specific of the three prepositions. In, for example, can be used in periods of time: in the future, in the past, and in the present. Use in to refer to years, decades, and centuries. For example, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 20th century. Also, remember to use in for the seasons: in summer, in fall, if you're using American English, in autumn, if you're using British English, in winter, and in spring. Remember to also use in for the months and for the weeks: in June, in December, in 1 week, in 2 weeks. Also, last but not least, remember to use in for parts of the day: in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. What about on? On, remember, that is when we want to be a little bit more specific, but it's not so specific. Example, when we talk about dates: on June 11th, 1985, I was born. And expressions with the word day included. For example, on Christmas Day, on New Year's Day, on the Independence Day, and the days of the week: on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday, on Sunday. Preposition at. At is the most specific preposition that there is. And when we refer to time, it's the exact time. Not 1 minute before, not 1 minute later. Example, I will see you at 8. Not 7:59, not 8:01, at 8. Another example, the date is at 7. That means that you have to be there at 7. Also, remember to use at with precise expressions. At noon, at midnight, at night, at lunchtime, at the moment. And there's also this phrase, on the weekend or at the weekend. And that is going to depend if you're speaking American English on the weekend or British English at the weekend. But both are perfectly okay. Remember the general rule, people. The general rule is that in is for general things, on is for more specific things, and at is for very, very specific things, precise things. So far, we covered how to use these 3 prepositions when we refer to time. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos in which I will be talking about these 3 prepositions but referring to places. And by the way, do you still have trouble understanding phrases like wrap your head around something? The answer to that one is in this video right here. Stay tuned for more, and thanks for watching.